Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. The summer is officially here, and with it, a brand new car. I use the term car very, very loosely. Today, we've got a big old boy to go and unlock. It is the H1 Hummer, the OG of OG. 5-year-old me was absolutely in love with this thing. It is the Hummer open top. I have a conspiracy theory involving this car and a couple of others. We'll get to that in a little bit though. Anyways, to unlock this thing, we need to do our season event. Other than that, there's really nothing else special to note about this week. Also, before I forget really quickly, next week is the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. So if you want to see me get that thing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That thing looks incredible. However, even more incredible than that thing is this thing over here. The Toyota AE86. Is that a Supra? No, it is not. It is another incredible Toyota coming to the game. I cannot wait to jump in with the A86. That thing is gonna be so dope. Forzathon shop for the week, you've got a Morris Mini Traveler, which, fun fact, is the slowest car in the entire game if you ignore, like, the silly three-wheeler stuff. Oh, you've also got this old thing. This is one of my absolute favorites. Let's go and unlock the Hummer and see what we've gotta do. So just like that, 20 minutes later, we have already unlocked our brand new Hummer H1. Oh, Hummer open top officially unlocked. This is the big boy. I don't know if I'm correct about this. I think the Hummer H1 is one of the biggest, like, normal vehicles in this game if you ignore the racing truck and the Unimog, and I guess the Regalia Type D. Other than those three, I don't think there's anything bigger than the Hummer H1. 300 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque. It's a torquey boy, and it weighs 7,500 pounds. It's actually a little bit lighter than the hardtop version, so there you go. How sick is a convertible off-roader? Like, oh my god, I love it. The Hummer H1. Oh. It's a slow boy. For those of you who do not know, the Hummer H1 was actually a car that was never supposed to be sold. It was actually originally only built for the army, and way back in the day, they had no plans to sell these things to normal people. That was until Mr. Schwarzenegger saw one, and he went, I want one of those. And Hummer went, okay. And then, I'm not even joking, it's as simple as that. They started selling them. Somebody's asking, where is the Hummer H2? Luckily, there are no bad cars in Forza Horizon 4. If you like the Hummer H2, what's wrong with you? Try to paint ourselves a little bit more. Let's go take this thing to a race course where I'm gonna cry. I would usually turn it on to the hardest difficulty, but I'm already painting myself enough driving. It's so slow. On the other end of the spectrum, at least the Hummer is enormous and it's massive, which hopefully means we can swap in an enormous engine into the thing and make it much quicker. Yeah, I'm just saying, this is the Hummer H1 Alpha, which is supposed to be the fast one. What was the slow one like? I will say, even though it's incredibly slow, it is really cool to be driving an off-roader that is like a pickup truck like this, that has no roof, no back window. I wish you could take the doors off. That would be really sick. Make it full-on Jeep style. You know it's a bad sign when we get beaten by a green man and a budget Santa Claus. Yikes. So we've got our awful Duramax engine in here. You can swap in a big old V8. That would already improve things quite a bit. Big old V10. Bigger V12 or the 7.2 racing V8. I think we just gotta go V12. I think if we're gonna build this thing, I want something loud, over the top, and obnoxious. A drift Hummer could be pretty dope. Rear wheel drive, maybe we'll come back to that. Twin turbos, thank you very much. There's 1,000 horsepower already. Why do we have two front bumpers that are very similar? That one's actually very cool. I like that one. That one looks good. Oh, yo, or you could get on, like, the roof lights. I'm not really a fan of roof lights, so we'll go with that one. Hummer H1, you do lose some points because I cannot toss on some engine spacers. Weight reduction. If we can get it to, like, 6,000 pounds, maybe it won't be that bad. Cross fingers, let's see. We're going from 7,002 to 5,400. No way. We removed nearly a Lotus Elise out of this car. That is absurd. Other than that, though, maximum beans, please. Twin turbos will get us to 1,500 horsepower. All right, maybe this thing won't be that slow. Alex says, Nick, have fun with the gearing like it's bad. Really bad? Alex, you were not wrong. Hey guys, Chris Fix here. That's so sick. All right, I want to give it a special paint job though. Those are some beady boys. Oh, and you paint them and the beads stay silver. Tint the windows black. Oh, this thing's just gone from one of the worst cars I've driven to potentially one of the best. So if this is now our desert running Hummer, we gotta take it to the right place. Okay, it doesn't really sound like a Hummer anymore, but it looks good. It looks so good. I know the V12 might, in theory, be quicker and way better, but nah. This ain't it, Chief. We gotta go back. Burry says, put the stock engine back in. It's a torquey boy. 250 horsepower, 450. Yo, and look at the torque. That's insane. We've got 800 horsepower, 1,400 foot-pounds of torque. This thing could pull the earth. That's more like, oh no. Guys, problem. Anyways, as I was saying before, I have a conspiracy theory about this car and some of the other cars in this game. So, my conspiracy theory, the Hummer 8... Did we seriously just roll back off the line? So, Hummer Ace 1, as I was saying, the last time this car was in a Forza game was back in the day in Forza Horizon 1. And you may have noticed over the past little while, a lot of the recent updates for Forza Horizon 4 have had cars from previous Forza games. The Rossian, which was also last seen in Forza Motorsport 4. The M3 GTS, that's another good one from Forza Horizon 1. Oh, Koenigsegg CC GT, that was in Forza Motorsport 4. I'm starting to think they might be bringing some of those cars back for one of two reasons. Maybe they're just running out of cars to put into this game, and they're using some of the stuff that they already have, which is probably what's going on. However, if you don your tinfoil hat, maybe there's something going on with some of those older games. The whole thing now with Forza, right, is they laser scan every single car. I don't know if they were laser scanning back in the day for Forza Motorsport 4, were they? So does that mean they're getting these models and like redoing them to bring them up to spec and add them into this game again? I don't know. I'm just gonna cross fingers and hope, because some of those cars from the previous games, awesome. Everybody in Twitch chat is yelling at me that they want to drift to. I would like to apologize in advance for what I'm about to do to this car. Chat is just chanting, ruin it, ruin it, ruin it. I've just got a message from my insider source for Forza Horizon 4. Just a heads up, the open top is insanely OP in A-class cross country. So apparently everything I said about this thing being too slow, too big, too heavy, and just unnecessary for Forza, just forget I ever said any of that. Guys, why are you on the road? What are you doing? Get in your pen. Get in your pen. No, other way. I'm cow herding. Yes! I've brought the cows to safety. Look, if it wasn't for me, that Mini would have murdered one of them. What? Deja vu, da-na-na-na. Are you for real right now, game? I'm full on drifting a Hummer H1. It is a smoke show. Well, that's a new personal best. Yo, I'm in the top 30%. And I'm drifting a Hummer. I mean, it's obviously not the best drift car out there, but it's a Hummer, and it works. It works really well. I wish it had a little bit more steering angle so I could push it that little bit more, because I'm a little scared sending it around the corners, but it's not bad at all. Look at it go, 140,000 points. 160,000! New personal best! That's gotta be top 10% in the world. Let's see. Yes, top 10% in a Hummer. That is where we're gonna wrap this up for today. That is the Hummer H1 in Forza Horizon 4. Apparently an absolute speed machine in A-class, providing you know how to tune. In my hands, a very, very drifty boy. Anyways, like I said, next week is all about the Lamborghini Huracan. One of my absolute favorites. I cannot wait to give that a go next week. If you want to see the Huracan Performante, make sure you subscribe. That'll be coming at you first thing next Thursday.